Hey, what's up everybody? Bringing you a training today from the beach here. I'll give you a little shot in a minute of the Jersey Shore, and then I'm going to draw out a little conversation for us to have to solve a really big problem that I think is happening out there today with between your company and personal and everything in between. So it might be a little windy, but you're gonna have to just, if you want the video from the beach, you're gonna have to just handle the wind, and hopefully it won't be too bad for you guys. Okay, so here's what I got for you, and then some of you will just join in as we keep going. Let me flip the camera around. Here's the ocean. That's the lifeguard stand. Trying to play a little wind blocker, and there's the ocean down there. So if we look at life in general and we look at our employees, right? There's always a big question mark, like why are they let down? Why are they feeling why they can't? And give me a big old boom if you could make out the volume for me, okay? You know, why are they not happy? And I think the same thing. I think when you talk about, here's my eraser for today, my flip-flop. And I think when you talk to people and you start to understand why they're let down, it's normally for a couple reasons why they're let down, right? First, there's needs. Let's see, I wish I had, you know what I got?
Feel that nice.
I did feel that nice breeze. All right, let's try,
You want me to see if there's a stick?
I have a stick. We'll see if this draws.
You don't want that getting it.
Oh, no, that ain't drawing good. The sand is, I gotta pack it down a little bit here. Let's see if I pack it down a little more. A shell? Okay. So, we have a shell now. So first, there's this. Okay, so first there's, let me put this away so it doesn't slip and cut my leg or something here. Hang on a second. I don't want to get my leg sliced. So first, your employees, your people, everybody, your relationships, everybody has a need, right? They have a need. And then, what are some things, if you were to put down in your life, are needs? Well, the simple ones, right, are food, right? That's simple. Air, right? The cool thing about being in an HVAC business is, for a lot of us in business, you need food, air, and you need water, right? You need water. And you need my wife's foot there. So these are needs, right? These are needs. And what happens is need is the first, right? It's the first level of what people want. They want it when they work for an employee. They want it in a relationship. There's these wants, right? So start typing in, what are a bunch of the wants that you want? Like, you probably in relationships, you want to be respected, or maybe in a relationship, we're talking about needs. You maybe need to be respected, or maybe it's not a healthy situation there. So after we get through needs, and you guys can use this in your company, when you're interviewing people, you could say, hey, what is it that you need from me? And then we can create alignment, what I need from you. And then after that, it's wants, right? What do you want from me? And wants are on the next level of need, right? So wants are, well, I want to make more money, or I want to move up in the company, or like Len says, I want appreciation, or I want a new truck, or I want. Now, you see, the needs normally, if we talk about Let's talk about employer to employee relationship. A need is normally, well, I want to be busy, I want 40 hours a week, and I need to get paid for the work that I did, right? Pretty simple. What do I want? Well, I want the opportunity to move up. I want the opportunity to earn more money. I want the opportunity to play a bigger level maybe. I want the opportunity to have a better truck. I want the opportunity to have more training. And if you look at these, we are really, really good, or when I did own gold medal, we're really, really good at making sure that we understood the needs and we understood the wants of people. So I'm giving you an exercise, and you could do this with your employees, you could do it with your managers, you could do it with your wife or relationship. You can say, okay, what do you need from me? What do you want from me, right? And then, but there's another level right here. There's another level. And what's up, everybody? Scott and Dan and Chris and Harry and all you guys, Mike Disney, what's up, brother? And Dina and everybody else that's on here. So the last part is this. It's desire, right? It's desire. So what do you desire? Now, desire's a higher level. So for our employees, some of them had a desire to buy a bigger home, like a $700,000 home. Some of them had a desire to put their kids through college. You know, the want is, I want it sooner, right? And the need is, I need it now. And the desire is, I'm hoping that I can see over time how this is going to be better. Just had Nate stop by. Oh, that must have been cool to see Nate. What's up, Al? What's up, John? So start thinking in sense of these three things here and ask yourself, how can you use this exercise in your company to get everybody aligned and on the same page, and how you could use this in your relationship. First, just have a simple conversation. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be a paper, and you could say, hey, if you could answer these three things, just make it 3 columns and just make bullet point. It's not saying you have to do it today or tomorrow. It's just going to create clarity, and clarity creates alignment. Alignment creates accountability. Just say, hey, what are the things you need from me? Then just in the next column, what are the things that you want from me? And then what are the things you desire? Now, desire doesn't mean that you're the desire, that they desire, you have to get the desire. You probably have to maybe be a path to the journey of the desire that they have a quest to get to, whatever that is. And if you break this into 3 columns, now you could simply map out a plan. And I think this is where people go wrong with recruiting. You see, once you nail down needs, wants, and desires on one side of the relationship, well, now it's time to flip, right? Do the flip-flop and say, okay, now what I want from you is you tell me, right? You flip the side. Well, what do you need, want, and desire? And this is a really, really simple structure that could help you get aligned in a relationship, because a lot of times with employees, when they leave, they leave because they had a need that wasn't met, right? I can't tell you, it's happened to me a couple times. A guy left because he had a need for a truck that was safe to drive. I think I could flip this around right now. All right, cool, I'm back. He had a need for a truck that was safe, and the fleet manager kept telling him, no, everything's right, your tires are good, everything's... And the guy's like, no, I don't feel safe in this truck. It's had a bunch of problems. And because his need wasn't met, he left and went to go work for another company. We lost a great guy, and of course I was on the fleet manager's ass about this, because I'm like, we lost a great guy because you didn't listen and pay attention. And so those fundamental needs are normally what you promise them, right? I promised you when you work here, you're going to have uniforms. Okay, that's not a want, it's a need, because you promised me what you have. Or, you know, I promised you that you would have off every other weekend. Okay, and then I'm asking you to work. Look at those little birds. To work all the time. And now the need that you told me that we agreed to is not being met. Or flip side, I as an owner, I have a need for a conversion, for an average, for a level of customer service, and all of a sudden my need is not being met. Well, that's a conversation I have to come have with you. And then you go to the wants. The wants are above, like, hey, I want it. Now, the tricky thing about wants is don't promise something that you say you're going to give and then you don't give it. Like, we had one of our guys and he said, I want a different snaking machine. And actually, that guy's going to come to my house tomorrow and do something. And I said to him, okay, tell me why you want this Spartan machine. And he goes, this is why, this is the cable, this is the cutter, this is what I'm used to, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that makes logical sense. Let me negotiate a deal and see. And he goes, I'll negotiate the deal. So he took into his hands of what he wanted. You see that? Because sometimes you got to take it in your own hands of what you want. And then the same person said, I desire, he didn't use the words desire, but I knew the outcome that he wanted was to put his kids through college, and we helped that. So tell me what you picked up, and how easy is this method to create alignment with you, your relationships, your employee, your spouse, your husband, your children, just to get this nailed down. Because normally something is missing from the want and the need to cause a rift, right? To cause a problem or a ripple. And, employees it's just like any other relationship. If the employee does not get their needs met and they think that they're reasonable needs, then what's going to happen? You guys all know what happens. They leave. And they rarely come back because they feel completely let down because you said things. I know my one manager at, you want a Tesla? That's cool. So is that a desire? Then you just have to, do you have your water? You just have to,
Do not stick your mouth.
I am.
Babe! Oh my God. Told you not to stick
You just-
your mouth on.
That's what she said. The Tesla is just, you just have to reverse engineer it. You see, it's not a complicated thing. It's not a tricky thing. It's just something you have to do. And my wife gave me her water. All right, everybody, have a great time. I'll show you the ocean one more time, and then I'm out. If you're looking to come to the Service Business Growth Intensive in September, hit me up or hit my Disney up or hit my team up, and we'll make sure we take good care of you, and we'll change the game. Boom. Hang on. Let me show you the ocean here.